What if I told you that adding just half a quart too much oil could quietly damage your engine? Not instantly, not dramatically, but slowly and expensively. Most drivers think overfilling engine oil is harmless. More oil means more protection, right? That sounds logical, but here's what mechanics warn about. Too much oil can cause foaming, oil starvation, seal failure, catalytic converter damage, and in extreme cases, total engine failure. Repairs can range from $600 for blown seals to $4,000 plus for a damaged short block. So we tested it. We deliberately overfilled an engine in controlled stages to see what really happens. Is this just mechanic paranoia? Or is it a silent engine killer? Stay until the end, because the final stage of this test produced a result most drivers never expect. Why mechanics say never overfill. When you change your oil, the dipstick shows minimum, maximum. The safe operating range is between those two marks. Most engines hold oil in the oil pan below the crankshaft. The oil pump pulls oil from the pan, pressurizes it, and sends it to bearings, camshafts, and piston cooling jets. The crankshaft should never dip into oil. Why? Because rotating metal whipping through liquid creates aeration. That's where problems begin. Mechanics warn against overfilling because when the oil level is too high, the crankshaft can contact the oil surface. And when that happens, oil turns into foam. Foam doesn't lubricate. Foam contains air. Air doesn't protect bearings. Section 1. The first test, 0.5 quart overfill. We started conservatively, half a quart over the max mark. This is common. Many drivers accidentally do this when pouring the last bit from the bottle. Immediate results? No warning lights, no strange noises. Oil pressure remained stable. Short term, nothing dramatic happened. This is why the myth persists, because mild overfill often shows no immediate symptoms. But here's the nuance. Oil temperature increased slightly under load. Why? More oil volume increases windage resistance. The crankshaft encounters more drag. More drag equals more heat. Not catastrophic, but measurable. In normal driving, half a quart over rarely destroys an engine, but the margin for error shrinks. Section 2. The real danger, 1 quart overfill. Now things changed. We added a full quart beyond maximum. This is where many DIY oil changes accidentally land, especially in engines with small oil capacities. At idle, everything seemed normal. Under sustained highway speeds, oil pressure fluctuations began appearing on live data. Not low pressure, unstable pressure. That's aeration beginning. When oil foams, the pump still moves volume, but lubrication film strength weakens. Bearings rely on a stable oil wedge. If air enters the system, that wedge collapses intermittently. This doesn't blow up instantly, it accelerates wear. According to lubrication studies cited by SAE papers, aerated oil reduces bearing film thickness significantly. And thin film equals metal contact. Metal contact equals wear. Wear equals money. Main bearing replacement? $2,500 to $4,000. Why foaming is worse than low oil. This part surprises people. Low oil can cause starvation, but aerated oil causes inconsistent lubrication. In some cases, inconsistent lubrication is worse. And here's why. With low oil, pressure drops consistently. With aeration, pressure may look normal, but lubrication quality is compromised. It's a hidden failure mode. Foam compresses, oil doesn't. When the pump pushes foam through narrow passages, air compresses under load. Lubrication collapses. That's how rod bearings develop micro-scoring over time. The PCV system complication. Overfilling does something else. It increases crankcase windage and vapor pressure. Excess oil can be pushed into the PCV system. That oil vapor travels into the intake manifold. It burns, and it coats the catalytic converter. Catalytic converters are designed for fuel combustion gases, not oil ash. Converter replacement can cost $1,200 to $2,500, all from just a little extra oil. Modern engines are more sensitive. Older engines had large oil pans, more clearance, a less strict emission controls. Modern engines, tighter tolerances, smaller oil capacities, high RPM operation, turbochargers. A small four-cylinder engine may only hold 4.5 quarts. Adding one extra quart means overfilling by more than 20%. That's significant. Turbo engines are especially vulnerable. Oil foaming reduces turbo-bearing lubrication. Turbo replacement, $1,500 to $3,000. This isn't theoretical. Dealership techs report turbo failures linked to improper oil service. Section 3. Why more oil equals more protection is wrong. Most people believe if oil protects the engine, more oil must protect more. It sounds smart. It's not. Engines are designed with precise oil volume. Too little oil starves. Too much oil disrupts mechanical balance. Think of it like blood pressure. Too low is bad. Too high is also bad. The safe range matters. Overfilling often happens because drivers are afraid of running low. They top off frequently. They don't wait for the oil to settle before checking. Or they check on a slope. Dipstick reading errors are common. Engines need a few minutes after shutdown for oil to drain back into the pan. Checking too soon gives a false low reading. Adding oil prematurely leads to overfill. Simple mistake. Expensive consequences. Section 4. The extreme test. 2 quarts. Overfill. Now we went beyond accidental. 2 full quarts over the maximum line. In a 4.5 to 5 quart capacity engine, that's massive. Immediately the oil level sat visibly above the safe zone. At startup, no knocking, no immediate disaster. But within minutes of driving, idle became slightly rough. Engine tone changed. Oil temperature climbed faster than usual. Then under steady highway RPM, live data showed erratic oil pressure fluctuations. Not low enough to trigger a warning light, but unstable. This is the danger zone. When the crankshaft begins whipping oil violently, windage losses increase dramatically. The oil turns into a frothy mixture. You can't see it on the dipstick. But internally, the oil pump is now pushing aerated fluid. And this is where bearing damage begins quietly. After about 20 minutes of driving in this condition, something obvious happened. Blue-gray smoke appeared under acceleration, not from worn rings, from oil ingestion through the PCV system. Overfilled oil increases crankcase pressure. Excess oil mist travels into intake. That oil burns. It coats intake valves. It contaminates oxygen sensors. It stresses the catalytic converter. O2 sensor replacement, $200 to $400. The catalytic converter replacement, $1,200 to $2,500. And the driver might blame old age, not the overfill. The seal failure risk. Here's another overlooked risk. When crankcase pressure rises from excessive oil turbulence, engine seals are stressed. Rear main seal, front crank seal, valve cover gasket. These seals are designed for normal pressure conditions. Excess pressure can force oil past them. Rear main seal replacement, often $1,000 to $1,800 due to labor, all from too much oil. And here's the worst part. Once a seal leaks, simply correcting the oil level doesn't fix it. Damage is done. Section 5. Turbocharged engines, even less forgiving. We repeated similar testing logic on a turbocharged engine. Turbochargers rely on a steady oil supply. Oil lubricates the shaft, spinning at over 100,000 RPM. If aerated oil enters the turbo-bearing housing, lubrication film weakens, heat increases, oil cokes faster, turbo-bearing wear accelerates. Turbo replacement cost? $1,500 to $3,500 depending on vehicle. Modern downsized turbo engines have small oil capacities. Overfilling 1 quart in these engines is proportionally severe, which means the margin of safety is smaller than ever. Why oil pressure gauges can mislead you. Many drivers assume if oil pressure light isn't on, I'm safe? Wrong. Oil pressure sensors measure pressure. They do not measure oil quality or aeration. Foamy oil can still show acceptable pressure values, but film strength is compromised. It's like measuring water pressure without knowing if there's air in the pipe. Pressure reading alone doesn't guarantee lubrication quality. That's why overfill damage can occur without warning lights. What manufacturers actually say. Most owners' manuals clearly state, do not overfill. Why? Because engineering tolerances are calculated for specific oil volumes. Some service bulletins even mention that overfill can cause oil leaks, engine damage, emission system faults. This isn't mechanic superstition, it's manufacturer guidance. They design engines with oil control baffles and windage trays. Those components assume correct oil height. Exceeding that height bypasses design limits. The emissions consequence. Modern vehicles are extremely sensitive to emissions. Oil entering combustion creates ash. Ash damages catalytic converters. Catalyst substrate melts or clogs. Once restricted, back pressure increases. Engine runs hotter. Fuel economy drops. Serum performance declines. Catalytic replacement often costs more than a full set of tires. And none of this starts with worn rings. It starts with excess oil. Section 6, the hidden long-term damage. Here's the scary part. Even if you correct the oil level quickly, some damage may already have occurred. Foaming events can create micro-scoring in bearings, increase timing chain wear, accelerate cam lobe wear. You may not hear it immediately, but 20,000 to 30,000 miles later, those tiny imperfections grow. Oil pressure drops gradually. Noise develops. Repair bills rise. Overfilling once may not destroy an engine. Repeated overfilling increases risk significantly. So how much overfill is actually dangerous? Let's answer the question directly. A few ounces above the max line? Usually not catastrophic. Half a quart over? Often tolerated short term. Win but not ideal. 1 full quart over in a small capacity engine? Now you are in risk territory. 2 quarts over. You are actively increasing the chance of aeration, seal stress, and oil ingestion. The danger depends on engine oil capacity, oil pan design, RPM range, driving style. A V8 with an 8-quart capacity has more tolerance than a 4-cylinder holding 4.5 quarts. Proportion matters. Overfilling by 20% is far worse than overfilling by 5%. And modern engines with tight oil control systems are less forgiving than older designs. Section 7. What to do if you accidentally overfilled. This is important. Do not panic, but do not ignore it. If you realize you overfilled, do not drive aggressively. Correct it as soon as possible. Options include draining small amounts through the oil drain plug, using a fluid extraction pump through the dipstick tube, returning to the shop immediately. Extraction pumps cost around $30 to $50. A shop may correct overfill in minutes. Ignoring it, that's where damage accumulates, especially if the engine is driven hard or at high RPM. The sooner the correction, the lower the risk. Section 8. The 2 oil check mistakes most drivers make. If you want to avoid overfilling forever, avoid these 2 habits. Mistake number 1, checking oil. Immediately after shutdown. When you turn off your engine, oil is still in the top end. Cylinder head, camshafts, turbo oil lines. It takes several minutes to drain back into the pan. If you check immediately, the dipstick shows artificially low. You add oil. 10 minutes later, it's overfilled. The fix? Wait at least 5 to 10 minutes after shutdown on level ground, then check. And that single change prevents most overfills. Mistake number 2, checking on uneven ground. Even slight slopes distort dipstick readings. If the front of the car is elevated, oil pools toward the rear. Reading becomes inaccurate. Always check on level ground. It sounds obvious, but many driveways aren't level. Small angle differences can equal several ounces of error. The myth of better safe than sorry. Some drivers intentionally overfill slightly because they're afraid of running low. This is the wrong solution. Engines are engineered with a safe operating range. Too low is dangerous. Too high is also dangerous. The answer is monitoring, not guessing. Modern engines can consume oil naturally, especially turbocharged and direct injected engines. The correct response to consumption is regular checks, timely top-offs, not preemptive overfill. That why precision matters more in modern engines. Today's engines run hotter, use thinner oil, operate at higher compression ratios, often include turbochargers. Oil capacity is smaller to reduce weight and emissions. That means oil volume margins are tighter. Small mistakes matter more. The days of just dump the whole jug in are over. Precision is protection. Section 9, the cost comparison. Let's compare. Taking 5 extra minutes to measure properly, free. Buying a $40 extraction pump, $40. Rear main seal repair, $1,000 to $1,800. Turbo replacement, $1,500 to $3,000. Catalytic converter, $1,200 to $2,500. Even minor bearing wear that requires partial engine work can reach $2,500 to $4,000. Overfilling oil isn't guaranteed to cause disaster, but repeated negligence increases long-term cost probability. That's how silent damage works. Section 11, what mechanics actually do. When technicians service their own vehicles, they measure carefully, pour slightly under full capacity, start engine briefly, let oil settle, top off gradually to just below max. They don't rush the last half quart, because that last half quart determines the margin, and margin equals longevity. So, did the engine survive the overfill test? Yes, but not without consequences. Mild overfill showed minimal effect short term. Significant overfill caused aeration, smoke, pressure, instability, increased heat, and over time, that instability translates into wear. Mechanics aren't being dramatic when they say, never overfill. They're protecting the margin of safety your engine was designed with. Engines are precise machines. Precision protects them. Carelessness shortens their life quietly. And now I want to know, have you ever accidentally overfilled your engine oil? And when you check your oil, do you wait for it to settle? Drop your experience in the comments. If this saved you from making a small but expensive mistake, hit like. And if you want to understand the oil change habit that extends engine life past 300,000 miles, watch the next video, because longevity isn't about luck, it's about details.